What's happening to foreign YouTubers?
The other day I started receiving messages from people asking me if Japan is okay, linking a rather ominous sounding video called What is Happening to Japan? It wasn't just the title and thumbnail that were ominous, but the description reading, Is Japan cooked? I've seen a lot of changes and things seem to be getting worse.
I thought I was just imagining things. I thought that another creator, a channel called Abroad in Japan, I thought he really didn't like me, and we've never met or anything. It just seems like the bigger my channel has gotten, the more animosity there's been.
Well, that's a play on words from the clip that spurred a huge internet drama, especially in the language and culture sphere in Japan, from Oriental Pearl, What's Happening to Japan? Now, I originally watched this clip of Oriental Pearl, or Ming, Alyssa, and I was divided when I watched it, I gotta admit.
Looking around, where do you think we are right now? I'll give you a second. Graffiti all over the wall. Somebody illegally dumped their household trash here. This has been here for weeks. There's even graffiti on the abandoned house. This isn't London, it's not New York. This is actually Tokyo, Japan.
I was thinking, would I do a clip like that here in Thailand, my home for most of my life? I don't know if I would, but I also know Ming, Oriental Pearl. We've actually done a clip together.
That YouTuber who has a cult-like fan base, who thinks that there's some kind of language god and prowls the internet and censors people and won't let anyone criticize their language ability. And you see people just falling into this.
And I've been shocked. There is definitely, I guess, this guru element that's coming through. And the reason why we did this collaboration was because she reacted to a clip that I put out, and actually I put it out about Xiaoma NYC several years ago, sort of calling out the sensationalism of, you know, locals react to white man speaking Chinese or white woman speaking Japanese.
Asian chick speaks perfect English, orders a hamburger, literally stuns McDonald's style.
So I put a clip together that tongue-in-cheek called that kind or that genre of YouTubing out, and Oriental Pearl contacted me, and I loved talking to her. We did a podcast together, I think it was, or we did a joint collab clip, and it was great. And the great thing was, maybe that was back in the day where you can actually talk to each other, it was actually a real collaborative approach. Even though both of us have different takes on things, there's so much there, if you did a Venn diagram, that crosses over from language to appreciation of languages and culture. Her Chinese is on point, she speaks great Chinese, Japanese, and other languages. And so we found so much that we could agree on, and just talking about that other stuff actually made it interesting. And so what happened, she put that clip out talking about the graffiti and different things that she's been noticing popping up, in her opinion, in Japan. And next thing, I saw another clip of her reacting to a Facebook post of Chris from Abroad in Japan. Now, Chris is someone I really admire as well. Just before COVID, I was speaking at the Polyglot conference in Fukuoka, and leading up to that, I was trying to get into my Japanese. I've dabbled in Japanese ever since I was little. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but as part of my diet of Japanese clips, Chris's clips were a staple there. There was also Dogen and Matt versus Japan and George and was it Amo Japan? Anyway, there was a whole lot of them there, and each of them touch a different side of Japan, Japanese language, Japanese culture. I gotta say, Chris's clips are some of the most amazingly produced clips. Each one is like a real movie that he's put a lot of effort in together. I can't imagine how many hours of editing they take. And so I really respect that. And it's been great seeing Chris's channel just blow up over the years as well. And Oriental Pearls, like her channel has also blown up, each from their different genres. Each of them, I know deep down, have immense respect for the people who in the country which they live. They just take things from a different slant. Now, Chris reacted to what Oriental Pearl put out there because, yeah, it was maybe zooming in on certain things, but then magnifying, in his opinion, those negative things for the world. And as I saw this escalate, and I just saw another clip this morning, it's gone back and forth, and I can imagine the mental health of both are probably taking a big hit. And it's really sad to see this happen to two people that I really respect out there in YouTube land. And it got me thinking about me too, as a YouTuber in a country that is not the country of my birth. I've lived here in Thailand for most of my life. I used to be a Thai TV host. I had Thai TV shows. That's actually how my YouTube channel started in 2007. There was nothing out there. So they said, yeah, you can just throw the episodes up on your channel. That's how my YouTube started.
ต้อนรับกลับมาสู่รายการเหนือชั้นพันแปลกครับเรามาถึงช่วงที่เราจะได้ไปต่างประเทศกันกับช่วงเหนือชั้นรอบโลกและคุณเจครับ
对啊
对啊
เฮ้ย对就是什么语言นี่เป็นภาษาอะไรเนี่ย
ภาษาจีน
ภาษาจีนเป็นเพราะว่า我刚刚从台湾回来เพิ่งกลับมาจากไต้หวันนะครับสาวสวยเยอะมาก
อันนี้แน่นอนประเทศไต้หวันเป็นประเทศที่มีนะครับ
มีอะไร
ประชากรที่น่าดูครับ
เราไปดูสาวไต้หวันกันครับ
บรรยากาศบนถนนของกรุงไทเปยามค่ำคืนเต็มไปด้วยสาวสวยแต่งตัวเซ็กซี่
That was all in Thai. One thing that I set down, it was like a line in the sand back then, even with the TV show that I was on. I was saying to them, please don't refer to me as the Falang or the token foreign monkey. We all speak Thai together. We all speak the same Thai together. You don't have to alter what you say just because you think I'm a foreigner, and likewise. And with that rule, it was fantastic. We just spoke normally. Nobody alluded to say, this is the Falang or the token Falang. We just spoke as normal TV hosts, and it was great. We just had a normal show that actually was interesting. People could focus on the content of what we were covering. The show was Nơ Chan Pan Plak. It's like 1,000 crazy things where we would travel all over the world to find crazy things and come back and show what we found and report on it in Thai. And I was able to do that, not as a foreigner, even though I was a foreigner, but just as a normal TV host. And that's basically the paradigm that I try and live by as well. Through language and trying to work in with the culture here, there are certain rules. There's an operating system that you operate on when living in Thailand. It's very different to the operating system that I'd be running on if I lived in Australia. Doesn't mean I'm a different person. It's just a different facet, a different way of rendering who I am. And so now bring it forward into the YouTube world, and you've got people like Ming, Oriental Pearl, you got Chris. They have responsibilities to the countries that they live in. And I like to compare it to, say, a family. Now, my wife, I love my wife. We've been together for almost 16 years now. And we have a hard and fast rule. That rule is, no matter what happens in the family, no matter how crappy a mood somebody's in, no matter, we have a word, seng. Seng is like, I'm just fed up, bored. Oh, why is the world this way? I'm a victim. All of that in the one word, seng in Thai. And so very often you'll see on Facebook pages, mostly Thai ladies, but sometimes guys as well, I'll just put one word, seng. Putting something like that on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on whatever, seng is like putting blood out there for the sharks. If anybody is wanting to attack, if they're circling around, so say it was my wife or somebody else's wife put that out, the guys are going to be tuning in. People who want to attack, the girls who are sort of frenemies are waiting to say, I know what's happening. Let's see if we can drive a wedge even further. Or the guys, maybe I've got a chance to jump in there. Anything can happen just from this one little word posting out. It's like broadcasting a signal. Ping, ping. Come on, I need some support. And some people put worse than that. You'll find maybe some people will say the whole story of a fight that they had with their spouse, or they might start posting sexy photos, both guys or girls, that will start to attract attention, all of which would act as a threat to that solid unit of the family, or at least the partnership between two people. So my wife and I have a deal, and this is just the way that we are. She's a stoic. I'm very lucky to have somebody that can think rationally on this, that we know that one day, even though, say, we fight one day, the next day we'll be able to talk it over and we'll be good. But all of those people that saw that instability there, they didn't forget that. Or supposing somebody said something really, really bad, we may have dropped it, but they won't let us drop it. And so they'll come back and it's almost like scratching a sore and it will fester up again. And so in not even putting a hint of that out there, nobody even gets a whiff of anything going on internally. You keep your family, the thing that's most precious to you, safe for another day, because this is all we've got. We've got our family and we want it to go on for generations. And so you protect that like gold. And so for Thailand, you extend that then to the next level of people, or say the country. You got to understand, in Thailand, there's very, very heavy defamation laws. Even if you say something true that somebody really, really did, but it causes them to lose face, they can sue you and you could even go to jail for that. It's called Ming, defamation. And then the highest defamation is royal defamation. We call it Min Bương Sung or Chan Sung. And so if you say something about the monarchy that could be construed, maybe you thought it was a positive thing or a neutral thing, but if anybody construed it as negative, well, you could also go to jail for that. So people in Thailand know that this is the rule book and you play by it, but it's not because you're under duress. Maybe some things, yeah, you would probably want to say something, but you choose not to. But I think it comes down to the same principle as my wife and I have about our family, is that we choose to live in this country. This is our family. Now speaking collectively as a country, we know that there's crappy things that go on in the country that we live in. You just walk out there, you see all this stuff going on, but just like our family that you might see crappy stuff going on, if it comes to the outside though, you're not going to open the back door for somebody to come in and attack us. And so having this YouTube channel here and speaking, having a kind of public stage, nothing to the level of Chris and Oriental Pearl, but speaking out, you have a responsibility. And why would you put something out there that could open yourself up to attack and make things worse for the people around you rather than make things better? I can tell you that even Thais in politics, in business, some very powerful people, they won't go out and say it publicly. But within Thai culture, there are ways to communicate and get these things heard. And it's through these channels. To foreigners coming in, those channels might neither be available because of language to some people. They can't communicate those things. And because of the circles, a lot of expats say they come to Thailand, they stay in this expat bubble for their entire life. And so they might lack the whole network of local friends or local, we call them sen. In Chinese, we would call it guanxi, so your network of people. Going up to the powerful people and people in all different industries, but you are a sum of the network that you have, the sen that you have. And I know China is the same. I can imagine Japan may be the same. And you can use that network to communicate the things you want. You just don't go out and hang it out there for the world to see and just like a family, open yourself up to an attack, because this is your future. You don't want to sabotage yourself or the people you love or the people around you or the country you love. So I can see why Chris probably said that. In saying that, it could be very frustrating just seeing nothing ever changing and thinking, damn it, I'm going to do something about this. It just could backfire. And sadly, seeing what's gone on with Oriental Pearl, yeah, it's probably not gone the way that she hoped. I understand why she put that clip there, but I can also understand Chris's point of view. And I can understand why he reacted the way he did. We all have our different ways of doing things, and you can see, just like that whole thing of broadcasting a weakness for everyone to come and attack. I guess even the fact that I'm speaking about this now, it has happened, and the sharks have circled, and now we're all talking about that. Even Asmongold heard one side of it.
I do think that, and this is going to be a big read, and I know people are going to disagree with this, but I think that if you're going to be honest, you have to see where I'm coming from. I think a lot of this does absolutely have a racial connotation. There is a racial connotation to this. And again, I think no country has an obligation to bring in every race of every person. However, there is absolutely a racial connotation to it as well, and they are playing into it.
Sections, particularly on those shorts, you will see the most vile, hateful, angry
Is that what they're
comments
calling
that you
it?
can find. A creator isn't responsible for what people
Yeah, and you can see here again, cultural enrichment, graffiti, foreigners, immigrants, globalization. I think that, again, these are primarily Westerners that are unhappy about this happening in their country, and they're seeing what they perceive to it be happening. Like, for example, like, oh, and it makes sense, right? Because like you have a lot of Westerners that, you know, they have their country that's being overrun by migrants in Europe, let's say, and they hate this. And then they're seeing it happen to Japan too. And they're like, well, fuck, this shouldn't be happening to you guys either because this is happening to us.
And he started to attack Oriental Pearl. Now, when he was saying stuff about Oriental Pearl, I know because some of the things that Chris said, then his impression of what that type of person, he thought maybe that this Oriental Pearl chick is just like another Johnny Somali, just a female version. And I can tell you, she's the furthest thing from Johnny Somali. She didn't do anything like that. She's invested her life in learning the languages, the cultures. She just does things a little differently. But when it goes out and it festers, it gets to a point where then you lose control. And sadly, it's reached that point. I saw another clip come out from Ming this morning.
This is Nakameguro in 2022, an upscale neighborhood in Tokyo. 3 years later, it's defaced and vandalized. Just down the street in Kamimeguro, graffiti pops up where there was no graffiti before. Across the street in Utenji, same exact problem, and Sangenjaya and across Tokyo, giving trouble to the locals and defacing the beauty of the city.
やっぱり気持ち悪くないですよ。ダメです。
やめてほしいなっていうのはありますね。
In just the last few years, vandalism has been rising in Tokyo and across cities in Japan so fast that many people didn't even notice.
This one is like actually something that shocked me a lot. My honest reaction when I saw it, I was like, isn't it kind of over exaggerating? Because like it's been like that forever. It's been like that forever. It's been like that forever.
It has not been like that forever.
Oriental Pearl. And yeah, like I understand again why she put that out. I just hope that one day maybe Chris and Alyssa could meet together and even do a collaboration together. Who knows? Maybe this could have a silver lining. I hope it would happen. I think it would be in everybody's benefit one day for that to happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's their choice. But in seeing all of this happen, it's been a very cautionary tale to me. And a reminder that, yeah, we have to be really careful about what we say, how we say it, even the way we edit things. And in being a foreigner YouTube in a place that's not the place of our birth, even though we're living here and we're a local, this is my place. I have a Thai ID, I have a Thai ID number, but still I have a responsibility and I'm not Thai born. And so that means something. You go to Australia, it'd be different. You're an Australian citizen and you have all the rights in the world to say or do whatever any other Australian says. But in Thailand, it's not like that. Most Asian countries, it's not like that. And so you choose to live there, you play by the rules. And sometimes if you push against them, well then, bang, they'll bite you. And sometimes they bite hard. I can imagine this has probably taken a huge toll on the mental health of both Oriental Pearl and Chris abroad in Japan. And so I hope it sort of dissipates soon. And I hope there's something good that can come of this. Thank you if you've stayed this long. Don't forget to click like, subscribe. Most people come here for the language stuff. If you are learning Thai, don't forget to order a hard copy of the Cracking Thai Fundamentals book. I have a whole lot of tools now for Thai, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, even pitch accent in crackinglanguage.com. So come and check that out. They're all free at the moment, so you can check that out. If you do want to support me, you can get a subscription at jacademy.com to all of my Ultimate Thai bundle. I'll be adding all of those courses into Cracking Language soon and adding other languages in there. So it opens up to the world. But thank you everybody for your support. I haven't posted for a while, but I'm going to try and get the frequency of my posts up more. I'm Stuart J. Raj. I'll see you on the other side.